Alrighty, welcome back. Let's have a squeeze. Ziggurat, welcome. Anafkazu, welcome. I'm so shit at getting these names right. My apologies. Kaku Illustrated, how you doing? No Mecca, great to have you. Sayanth Johnny, welcome. No Mecca, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It is the first, Anna Farmer, Happy New Year to you. It is the 1st of January here in Australia. For a lot of you, it's still the 31st. Ink Tunes, Happy New Year. Alexander, welcome. Loadsy, what's going on? Zach Remington, great to have you. Panda, Toki, Happy New Year. Unicorn Jamila, Happy New Year all around. You're gonna get sick of me saying Happy New Year. With the new year brings new stream experiences. I got myself a new camera. Check this shit out, hold on. How's the audio as well? Let me know, because it's a new audio. It's a new audio from even last stream. Let's have a look. Happy New Year, Leonardo. Oh, I've got to say Happy New Year to everyone. I am Jenny, Happy New Year. Let's have a look. So on YouTube, you'd be able to see this, but check this out. We've got tracking, baby. So I can take you all around with the thingy, the wireless. Oh shit. So I've got to get used to my bearings because I'm not used to moving around on stream. So we can, and I'll have like another setup over here where there'll be a camera facing down. I'll have like point of view, like sculpting things. Then we can bring it back over here. It's gonna be a bloody blast. I'm really looking forward to this. And this looks so much better than the other camera that I was using. So I'm just excited about this. I could just play around with this for the whole stream. But I think it tracking my head all the time is gonna be annoying, so I'm gonna turn that off. All right, I reckon that works. Cool. So, let us begin. What are we working on today? Great question. No one asked it. I'm asking myself. I was thinking about maybe following on with this guy. I reckon this is just going to be a chilled one, right? I don't think we're going to do any like challenges or anything today. We just want to sort of ease into the old new year, if you know what I mean. Kia of Faith, how's the camera following you so well? It's the DJI Pocket 3. It's a gimbal, it's sick. So yeah, I just want to do a chilled session today. Hang out, have a chat, but get it started on the 1st of the year. But yeah, what are we actually doing? Good question. I reckon we'll continue to sort of color this guy. I reckon that could be a good plan. I was thinking about playing around with anatomy, so maybe even turning him into like an anatomy study, because he's got some good it's a good pose. I can see like everything here. I'll be able to see like this shoulder. There's not too much foreshortening going on. So that could be cool. So we could sort of try and find the skeleton underneath everything, which I reckon will be sick. And from a content standpoint, I reckon I could make it look pretty cool as like a post as well. Loadsy, what's the name of your main monitor? My main monitor is a Studio Display, Apple Studio Display. All right, so with that being said, whip out your pencils, pens, whatever you're doing. And let's get to work. I might just want to, I like the idea of just having the hat colored, so I might just go through and just color the hat quickly, if you don't mind. If that's okay with everyone. Now we could do it the same color as, fuck, I've got the morning puberty going on with my boys. Jeez. We can do it the same color as the reference. I might just play around. Mind you, I do like the white though. The white kind of is pretty cool because then it can reflect different colors and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's go. Let's keep with the white. Then I'm going to grab the soft round, but it's not going to be like white, you know. Oh no, I'm not a lefty. I'm not a lefty. It's a carrot. I haven't flipped it, actually. Shit. My deepest apologies. I'm too excited about the gear rather than the fucking drawing. Okay. Happy New Year, everyone that had just rolled in. No, I'm not a lefty. This is the right, the right view, I guess. The other one was just mirrored. See the sky, see the clouds amongst the sun. See the day for Venera, Happy New Year from Germany. Happy New Year back at ya. Thanks for popping in. I know a lot of people are going to be having New Year's celebrations right now. But this is my New Year's celebration. And potentially New Year recovery as well. So maybe this is what this is for some people. New Year's recovery, come hang out, chill. Oh, my voice. My vocal cords are gonna wake up. Also, a wicked new update, or in the latest update of the Filthy plugin, you can now do it within alpha lock layers. So as before it wouldn't work. So I am particularly happy about that one. And what am I trying to do here? What sort of plane am I trying to achieve? So this, something like that maybe. I like the crinkly, the idea that the chicon is crinkling the hat a little bit, so it's kind of poking down a smidge. And I don't know if this is annoying, because sometimes I get quite hungry during stream and my stomach fucking grumbles like crazy. So I don't know if you can hear that. My apologies if you can. Priyank, Ben, what to search in pin for these types of references? This is actually, it should be a link in the description. If not this description, a couple of previous YouTube descriptions. It's called Stream Figure Study, and this guy will be in there. And then you can pin it to your own stuff and then have a wonderful time exploring and letting the Pinterest algorithm do its thing. All right, so what we might want to do is add some of this occlusion shadow just in here. Yeah, we can finesse this later. But it's good just to have, I don't know, just that was annoying me a little bit. Not having the old hat on him. All right. Should we play around with some anatomy? See if we can sort of find the skull. Yes, I think so, because that sounds like fun to me. And I'm steering the bloody ship. So I'm the captain now, and now we're going to do some skull studies from the drawing that we've already done. Soldered Tanko, Happy New Year to you. So have you guys got any New Year's resolutions? I personally don't believe in them because it feels like an excuse to, but I mean, the only time I believe in them is the day of maybe January 1st, like today, because it's like, all right, just get started. Because people are talking about like New Year's resolutions in December. I'm like, why not just start it? If it's something that's going to benefit you, just start the bloody thing. There's no reason why you should just wait and wait and wait. Let's use Photoshop's delete all empty layers. Oh, that would help a lot. All right, so we've got that there, so that'll work here. I'm just trying to clean up my layers from last session because I don't name them. Should I name them? Probably. So we wouldn't be in this predicament. Okay. Let's play with some, let me just group this and then knock it back because that's going to help us. Why is the hair, okay. Throw you in there as well. And buddy, throw you in there as well. And buddy, throw you guys in there as well. Okay, now we're ready to roll. So let's make a new group. Skull. And maybe we want to get out some skull reference instead of just doing it all from our memory. What is going to be a good skull reference? I mean, all these will do, really. I'm just seeing if I can get like a nice, oh, I like that stylized skull. Maybe I'm being too picky. Look, that'll do. That will do. Mike Muffs, welcome. Great to have you. Okay. And we're back. Let's flip it. So, one of the first things I like to do, muy motion, Happy New Year to you, is figure out the whole skull shape, because there could be a temptation just to do what's visible. But I like to, you guys are probably, you know what's going on. You've heard of drawing through, right? Drawing through stuff. So I'm kind of, yeah, drawing through here, trying to find these shapes. Why is this necessary that we do this? No. But is it fun? Yes. And I've done this a few times now. And sometimes I'll actually find like mistakes where stuff doesn't quite make much sense, which is great. So I'm like, all right, this thing, I mean, it's obviously not necessary. It's a freaking cartoon, right? But I don't know, I find it useful. And I mean, even understanding why, like what, sorry guys on Instagram, I'm fucking up. Half the time it's off the screen. I'll keep an eye on it. But it's like, why is his lip forward? Is his lip just big? Or does he have like an underbite, right? An underbite is gonna make that lip and that jaw jut forward. So we see the jaw here, right? Maybe that's where he's got a bit of this kind of thing going on. You know? Or I might this stream as well, if you guys would indulge me, is I'm working on a reel at the moment and I need to do a drawing for that reel. So I might do that as a wrap up for the stream, if that's okay with you guys. Elaine, Happy New Year. Great to have you pop in. All right, let's see this connection to the head. Then you got the back of the skull here, sort of thing. Is this making much sense? Not entirely sure yet. Now we got some interesting overlaps going on here. Right, with the teeth, like we can decide how big these teeth are. Like what? Do they go all the way back here? Does he have like massive, like those kind of teeth? You know, or do we do a little bit more on the quote unquote realistic side of things? Completely up to us. But because the jaw's kind of jutted forward, I might make these teeth sort of stop there and these teeth. Like that maybe. And do some more stylized, just sort of throw them in there. Knowing that this is a cylinder, right? Scruffsy, great to have you, and I appreciate the comment on the video as well. I saw that one. Right, so these are, it's like a cylinder, right? Or not really a cylinder, but it's curved. That's like the closest kind of 3D object that I can think of that would make sense. So we've got to make sure that this makes sense wrapping around the cylinder, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's a little bit of something like that. Cool, 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 cool. All right. Now, do we go further? We've got sort of like a base of the skull. Do we just continue down and we start to say, okay, where is his neck bones? And then where's his clavicle? And going back to his shoulder blade. Now I'm just making this up at the moment. I'm not making it up, like it's all just up here. I should really get some form of reference because I'm not super duper confident. Like, I'm confident enough to like make it look like it's kind of correct, but it's probably not. Alice, Happy New Year from Italy. Happy New Year from Australia, Alice. Great to have you. Right, so I can imagine that that's like the, whatever you call that one, my brain. Work, brain, you freaking, what are you talking about? It's like your chest, whatever you call it, your ribs. Fucking hell. We're off to a good start, 2024. Oh my God. You can imagine like the rib cage. There we go. We're getting there ever so bloody slowly. Imagine a rib cage sort of like around there somewhere. You can imagine the sort of pelvis there-ish. Rib cage probably comes down a little bit further. So I'm getting a little bit sketchy with it, the less confident I am. And then we can just knock this back and then continue to go and find these shapes, right? This is how I make like anatomy study like fun. I find it fun anyway, just doing your general, what does the arm look like? What does this look like? But just doing it on a character and seeing if you can sort of build on top of what you've already drawn, I find pretty fun. Let's find a full skeleton to see if we can map skeleton. That's beautiful. I mean, that'll do enough, and then it's the challenge of rotating it in our head, right? How do we find these things? I would like a front and side view, just if I can be cheeky and ask for that. Give it to, I mean, we've got a back view, we've got a front and back view. That could be nice enough for us, maybe. Oh, I like how this is stylized. You guys can see this, yeah? I'm just double checking. Yeah, even on Instagram, yeah, cool. I mean, maybe this is yeah, if I was not streaming, I would just throw up pure ref and just go fing, 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 like throw them all in pure ref. So as that, I can see stuff clear, like I can just get a bunch of references on the page. But these shoulder blades are a bit too small. I wanna get one that's a little bit more accurate. I love this. I wanna like fill this space just with random shit like this. Just like bones, and my partner thinks I'm weird as fuck with all this stuff, but I think it's cool. I want like a full T-Rex setup. I want like dinosaur bones, like I want it to look like a museum. All right, let's actually knock this back. Let's knock our drawing back. I might even change the color of it. Quick way to do that, if you don't know already, my apologies if you do. Just Command U, hue and saturation, click on colorize, and then you can just change the color to whatever you want. I might go blue. That'll work. All right, so we got the skull here. We can fluff about with that later. So let's find that spine. So the spine's going to curve at the back of that rib cage, right? And it's going to be stylized. It's not going to be correct. I'm not going to get all the bloody bits and bobs of the exact correct spine and whatever. But what I'm thinking about is this is just like a cylinder, like a long ass bloody cylinder that then stops somewhere around here. So we've got the neck. Now, where does that fit into? Skeleton reference. I mean, we could use just that for the time being. So then we think, okay, where does this... I might not do all the bones, like maybe I'm just going to do the primitive shapes, right? Just to get the idea, because that'll take a bloody month of Sundays. We can understand that, okay, the rib cage might start around here. Right, and then it can sort of wrap around. Something like this, maybe. Along the lines of that. Right, so we're just getting the really just the big primitive shapes. Then we've got the understanding of where we're looking. So we're kind of looking a little bit down on this spine. And then we've got the pelvis. So we can kind of think about how he's sitting. So that pelvis, if we think of it as like a box, or I like a bucket kind of fits nice in my head as to what it would look like. Something along the lines of that. And then if we bring our guy back, how's this fitting? Kind of cool, kind of cool. So then we think, all right, we've got our pelvis. I like to simplify it down into just like discs, like this. Cool idea. Happy New Year. Question. How do you try to look on and think when you are learning a new art style, and how do you know where to apply it to your art style and stay consistent in using it? Okay, let me see if I can rephrase that so I understand it. Just to make sure that I understand what you're asking. How do you try and look on and think when you're learning a new art? Like, so how do I look at a new art style and turn it into my own, essentially, and then use it as a part of my sort of arsenal or my toolkit of styles? I try and break it down, right? I look at this is where I want to do this course, because it's so hard just to like, I'm working on this course that's going to explain a lot of this stuff very, very well, but I'll do my best to explain it now. I'll try and break things down. Instead of looking at, say, someone that I admire. Let's just pick someone. Kim Jong-gi, right? Instead of just looking at his work as a whole and just be like, oh, well, this looks sick. Okay, now I'm just going to copy it, right? what I'll do is I'll try and break down elements of what I like about his work. If I like the whole thing, then I'm just gonna chunk it bit by bit. So it might be his line work. Where does he use his cross-hatching? Like when he's doing his line work. Maybe I'll take a little bit of that and then add that in here. You know, let's do a real example of this. Like Kim Jung-gi. Fuck, I'm giving myself a task. Well, maybe I actually. I'm not sure if YouTube. He's known to do some. Let's try another artist, just for the algorithm. Jin Kim, let's say Jin Kim. All right, so let's say I'm trying to emulate his style here. I'll be looking at his lines, right? Where are they thick, where are they thin? What kind of pen might he be using? I'm not getting too caught up in that, because I mean, you could just use any pen and get a similar result. But it might just be more efficient, the one that he's using or whatever. So if I wanted to get more of this style, I'm just looking at real simplified shapes here. He's really simplified things down. He doesn't have all the details of all the creases and things like that. He's kind of edited all that out. And then if we want to get really analytical with it, we can like zoom in. Like, how far can I zoom in here? Where has he gone? Well, let's just take this artist, for example. I would like to see who this artist is. And it's not going to take me to, just take me to where I want to go. Fuck. I was going to Jin Kim artist. No, not the same fucking website. The Art of Jin Kim, here we go. Probably could just go to Google Images. That would work as well. Okay, let's look at this and let's open. I just want the image to show me the fucking image. All right, this will be fine. This will be fine. Okay, how far in can we go? Drag and drop it on here and then we fucking zoom in. There we go. Now we got, after all that, I don't feel like talking about it anymore. So here, for example, right? Ay, Dios mío. Okay, so I'm looking at the eyes, right? I might just look at the eyes and say, what is he doing? What are some characteristics of the eyes? Instead of like, oh, I just want to get this exact shape of how he does his eyes. Because as soon as you turn the head, right, that shape will change. So what are the characteristics? So he's got really dark, like on this female character, really dark eyelashes, right? So I'm going to say, okay, dark eyelashes. Then you've got quite thin lines for the iris. Okay, and you've got some characteristics like of the inner eye as well, which sort of like sits the eye in the skull. So you've got some of these lines here, and you've got all these thinner lines to sort of show some of the corners of the face, right, where it sort of comes to an edge without being super dark. So this line isn't as dark as the eyebrow, or else you'd lose it. But then we say, okay, where are the darker lines? Well, the darker lines are underneath the chin here. So maybe it's like, all right, well, maybe the outlines or things that are in front of things are darker, and things that are sort of facing towards us or coming to a point towards us could be a little bit lighter. So that's how I'd go about it. I'd try and break it down. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. A little bit of ramble, but it's not a perfect explanation, but yeah, I'm working on figuring out how to explain that better. Where was I? Okay. Pelvis. It's not this back. Let's see if we can clean up some of our lines here. Back, skeleton, there we go. Oh, just work, please. Thank you. All right, again, this isn't gonna be perfect. I'm not any bloody master at anatomy by any means. But we're just cruising, trying to find these simple 3D shapes. But they're not simple, so we've got to simplify them. That's the bloody tricky bit. Dark, Happy New Year. Great to have you in here. Jamie, I thought the teeth part of the mandible protruded in front of the chin part. Not if you do this. If that makes sense. So for here, so you might have missed the beginning part. This character's got an underbite, right? So that's what I'm trying to show. That sort of underbite. Hopefully that's what you're talking about. Elaine, Happy New Year from Brazil. Great to have you, Elaine. Welcome and Happy New Year. Fun Guns, what's going on? Happy New Year. Ruller Wing, Happy New Year. Fucking gonna get sick of me saying that, my apologies. It's kind of great to learn something new through one of your live stream the first day of the year. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Some people could find this boring. I fucking love this shit. Sketchy Squirrel, Happy New Year from New Zealand. Happy New Year, Sketchy. Cool idea. Thanks for the energy that you use to answer that question. You have a big impact on people that watch you and the art community. So keep it up, Ben. Some more work is in front of you, but you're gonna make it. I appreciate it. Thank you, cool idea, and thanks for popping in. All right, let's clean up this skull here. I would like to add Shape Dynamics pen pressure. It is already on. Oh, weird. Why is it? The flow is down. The flow is down. That's why. Okay. This is where we can start. Like I've recently been looking at comic book artists more and more. You ever done baking, Ben? No. Oh, I mean, I guess I've baked a few cakes in my time, but nothing that I'm ever thinking like, oh, I'm baking right now. Let's bake it up. It's more like, I've got to make a cake. But yeah, I haven't done it in quite a while. So yeah, what I was saying is I've been looking at comic artists quite a lot recently. and I want to get better at inking. I want to do like a hybrid between like inking and rendering. So this is where I'll come here and I'll like look at how some of these artists are just like smashing it out the park with their line work. Because you've got to convey so much with just line, particularly just the black and white as well. And like then you've got some of these screen tones in there. So I really like this one though. Who this is? Let's see if we can find who this is just so I can shout him out. No. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure who this is. If anyone's got, is it Sean Murphy, maybe? Potentially. If anyone knows who this is or who this looks like, please throw it in chat. Ah, Alfie, what's happening, man? Happy New Year, my friend. This is exactly how I want to be spending my New Year. Thank you, Ben, for all the amazing streams and videos this year. We appreciate you, Ben. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Alfie. How have your streams been going? I saw that you'd started to stream, do some streams. How have you been finding them? Oh my God. Here I'm trying to emulate at the moment. I don't care that it's not perfect. I'm just trying to figure this inking shit out. And then I'll see like just on my timeline, like, oh, that artist did that one thing with like their shading, like they did this weird cross-hatching thing. And then I'll be like, all right, mental note, or I'll save it, and then I'll come back to it later, you know? So this is the tricky part, right? How much do I want to make this eye like super dark? Because I can like color this all in, right? But then it's like crazy, it's gonna be crazy dark, and I don't know if I'd want that. So this is where you can kind of break up those really dark patches. This is just me thinking, this isn't like, this is how to do anything, this is just me thinking out loud, to be perfectly honest. I'm still trying to figure it out. And maybe some of this sort of stuff where it's like, you've got some of the fall off of the shadow. Nunu, welcome. I have a problem of trying to draw the reference exactly as it is. Do you have any tips for drawing things looser? One of the best tips is just getting used to drawing shit stuff. Like, I think one of the biggest issues or things that was holding me back from like getting into this stylized stuff is that I was like, oh, it's gonna look bad. I've trained so long on like realism and trying to get things to look just right, and now I'm gonna just throw all that away. It's gonna look terrible. And you're right. It's probably gonna look, it might not. You might just be a fucking savant and then just like get it bang on. I wasn't. So I think giving yourself freedom to experiment is one of the biggest things. What does it look like? if I like make the skull a little bit longer, if I make the jaw a little bit smaller, you know, and even just like selecting stuff and then copying it and then trying it in different ways. It's a lot of, if I'm getting your question correctly, if I'm understanding your question, sorry, giving yourself freedom to experiment is one of the bigger things. Jez, all that info is in the description, my friend. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you, Nunu. Alright, so there's like a ledge here. Of this, there's like a plane, so it's almost like a box here. So I'm thinking about bam, bam. It's like a box. So I will draw it like a box. Simple as that. I'm actually really enjoying doing some more line work stuff. Bloody lot of fun. I want to make it not perfect, like I don't want to get every little bit in there, you know? And I think, like, if you guys have seen, I mean, I've got 4 videos, so you can find it pretty fast, but the line work video, those whisper lines that I was talking about, those was like a massive aha moment for me. I'm like, oh shit, people do that a lot. Like, oh, I want to indicate like the front of this skull, but I don't want to throw like a thick line because then that'll like ruin the illusion. So let's throw one of these little bloody whisper lines in there. And that does the trick pretty well. Okay, let's move down here. I'm just going to keep this simple. I'm not going to get all the bloody little bumps and whatever. Or maybe I will. Who knows? I'm just having fun with it. And a big part of this is figuring out the light source as well. So I'm trying to think about maybe like a top-down-ish light source. Don't love it, don't hate it. It is what it is. Okay, now let's figure out the clavicles and all that sort of stuff. So we've got to know or understand at the very least that the clavicles connect to the sternum. The sternums. But they're like movable, right? So they're not like stuck. So if I go like up here, my clavicle, like you can feel it move on yourself, right? And it kind of, from a top-down view, it's annoying because I don't have a reference here. But if we think about, this is turning into a fucking anatomy lesson. but I'm trying to teach myself as well. So if we think of it like here, you've got the clavicle, it'll like wrap around like that. It's not coming out like straight, if that makes sense. So we've got to keep that in mind when we make our little clavicle here. Dazzling, what's going on? Welcome. Ryan, Happy New Year, my friend. I'm going to think about how the scapula, the little back triangles, how that connects into, it looks really like sketchy at the moment, but I'm just trying to find my way. Now let's actually throw our, yeah, that's about right maybe, ish. And then you've got, maybe this actually comes, goes back just a smidge. And you've got the arm coming down. Where does it stop? So there's like the end point. All right, so now we know the end point. Now I'm just throwing in quick little landmarks at the moment, just so I don't spend a month of Sundays trying to find where everything is. Okay. So this is a fucking mess. So let's clean it up. Drawing a full rib cage makes me want to cry. That's why I'm not going to do it. I cannot be bothered right now. That's fine. You get the idea. So the back of the rib cage here. Maybe this it's gonna be wonky anyway, who cares? Just having some fun. Alright, I'm gonna have a quick break. Back in 5. Dazzling, you absolutely. I was waiting to see if anyone had my back. You legend. Alright, let's pop this out. I'll be back. Hello, hello. A little bit longer than 5 minutes, my apologies. There does this go? Snap him on, and we're back. So Bob. All right, fun guns. All right. Ben, would you want to have unlimited bacon, but no games, or games, unlimited games, but no games? What does that even mean? Guchen C, I love your work. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thanks for popping in. Daz Tattoo, Happy New Year, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Little Doodle Devil, what's going on? My favorite avatar name. I wouldn't even worry about the bacon. Bacon's not for me. So whatever the non-bacon one is, I'm fine with that. But then you could say, well, define game. Are we talking PlayStation games, or are we talking like games like poker? Because I do love me a good game of poker. All right. Ben, when the if, you, when, or no? I'm sorry. I don't understand what you just said. Oh, my apologies. Sorry, Scrussy. Mum's in the house. Cheryl Eblin, everyone say hi to Mum. It's also her birthday tomorrow. We're talking games. What games? I gave you two options. Is it like PlayStation games, or like chess and poker and that sort of stuff? Because I don't think I would want to give that up. Lisa GS, hello Ben, I just saw that you were live and decided to hop in. Happy New Year, brother. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thanks for popping in. Video games. Yeah, I could give them up. I don't play them anyway. But that's gonna sting when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. That would sting quite a lot. Adesianbola Sal. I butchered it. Forgive me. Happy New Year. Okay, let us see where we're at. Sir Bob, I don't have any because I don't really believe in it. So what am I focusing on this year, or just in general? Lots of things. adding, I've been working on adding or getting back to 4 days a week at the gym. That's one thing I've been focusing on. Haven't been doing very well at it, but that's something that I've been focusing on. Really sleep as well. Really prioritizing sleep has been something I'm trying to focus on, because that just dictates everything else. How you perform throughout the day. How you feel, everything. Thanks, man. Ryan Wu, random question. How to tell the difference between the British and the Australian accents for a foreigner? Okay. So Bob, sleep is important if you're looking for gains at the gym. 1000%. 1000%. Okay, the British accent. Well, it's funny because my mum's, she's from England. But it depends what accent. Right? You've got all sorts of like variation. Where are you from, Ryan? Because Australian accent is kind of like an offshoot of the English accent, but we're just kind of weird. Because that was our origins. All right, so it's funny because like where I'm from, South Australia, other Australians will say that we have very posh accents, like for an Australian. Like we say things very British, like I'll say dance instead of dance. Like a lot of other Australians will be like, oh, let's go and dance. I'll say, oh, I want to go and dance. That's very British. So there's these weird little nuances within Australia. But let's think, how could I explain that? Because I love like the different accents and stuff and talking about that. It depends where, like what accent, because you got like, all right, mate, how you doing? Yeah, that kind of British, like, sort of thing. But then you've got, hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Very posh. That kind of thing. Then you've got like the Australian accents, like, oh, g'day mate, how you doing? Blah, 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 like. Yeah, what else would I say in Australian? I say everything in Australian. I got far out, shit, C word. Like you got those Australians. Then you've got more Australians that talk like this and they're a little bit more refined. They still have the Australian twang, but it's not as bogan. But then it's like a mix between like British and some weird hybrid. Thunder from down under. But yeah, I think apparently our no, when we say no, we've got an R at the end, or an R at the end if you heard, like, as the Americans would say. So, no, like, English would be like no, no, or no. Apparently we have like a no, like an R at the end. I kind of get it, but I don't, because I've always said like no. But apparently that's one thing. Or versus or. Or versus or, ow. Or, or versus or. Ah, voxels. Common in Australian, voxels. What the fuck's a voxel? I'm not entirely sure. British giraffe, Happy New Year. Not hillbilly Aussie. That's the greatest kind of Aussie. Greetings from Colombia, Marco. Great to have you. Hannah? No. No. Or versus or. Like, when you think about it, like, or, oh, it sounds very similar with the British. Like, or. I feel like some British have like almost there is like a song to it. Like, all right, mate. It's like, no. How you doing? How you doing? Whereas Australia is sort of kind of monotone. It depends though, it really depends. You got some Australians that'll almost sound like they're out of breath. And it's like, oh mate, like the T is like, shit. It just sort of like falls off. Instead of mate, it's oh mate, how you doing mate? Our as in O. Oh, O. Oh, it's so hard. Oh, Ryan. Oh, Mima. Happy New Year. Ryan, the first time I popped into your stream, I thought you were a Londoner. Yeah, well, look, I'm half English, so I picked that up from my mum. My mum. But my favourite English accent, see, even how I say accent, maybe some Australians will say accent. I say accent. I say, yeah, like dance instead of dance. Yeah, I don't know, I've got more of a British leaning to the Aussie accent. Let's have a look here. I was even thinking, would you guys be opposed to, because I want to get this reel out today. Would you be opposed to me like doing a bit of the edit on stream, just while I'm here? Because I've got to draw something to do with, what you call it? With color variation. I mean, if you don't like it, you can just leave, honestly. So it is what it is. But just like doing a bit of the edit. Yeah, just something a bit different. After the art stuff, of course. Just thought I'd knock it out. Get her done. What drill / homework would you give for creating your own shape, language, simplification, and exaggerations? What drills and homework? It's hard because you're saying like shape, language, simplification, and exaggeration. I'd kind of like block those out into individual things. I'd like do a drill just on simplification. What shapes am I seeing? Then from that, I would sort of branch out and be like, all right, how can I exaggerate these shapes? And then from that, can I make them more like someone else's shape language? Is there a shape language that I admire that I could see if I could emulate, you know? Off the top of my head, that could just be a quick little thing to try out maybe. If that makes any sense at all. All right, so we might start putting the gas on this skeleton. Definitely watch your channel to oh, I'm gonna go a couple more up above you, Ryan. Cool, so yeah, so you'd be happy, it wouldn't be annoying to do a bit of the edit? Cool. Sounds great to me. Cause yeah, so then I might, cause I gotta do a drawing of my hand like this with the hands and like color, and then doing color variations. So that could help me out a ton just for time management. Then I've got to get to the gym. Then I've got to order some stuff for Plain Jane, the packaging. And then I've got to draw some stuff for the packaging. So today's going to be a book and productive first of the year. These should really be a bit bigger, I think. Like they almost... I'm definitely going to need some more coffee if we're going to do this as well, so let's see how we go. Definitely watch, it's 2:40 a.m. Appreciate you popping in, Salami. Definitely watch your channel more to learn the differences in accents, also your beautiful drawings. I appreciate you, Ryan. Yeah, I want to talk about other shit as well, not just drawing, but also do drawing as well. Because yeah, what I was saying before, my favorite accent. Have any of you guys seen, is it Legend? I can't remember exactly if it is Legend or not. Where it's Tom Hardy, and it's the Cray twins. That kind of accent, there's just something about it. It's something so like rough but charming. It's wicked. I like it. I wish I had that accent. I think it was Legend. Get a behind the scenes of how you create your reels, go for it. Awesome. Realm of Solo, do you always draw your stylized skeletons? Not always, no. I just felt like doing it today. Something a bit different instead of just rendering and painting. And it gives me an opportunity to practice my line work as well. And my 3D thinking when drawing and all sorts. Starting the new year with being productive. Couldn't be me. Yeah, got to start it off on the right foot. There's no reason why this day is any different than any other day. It's just a Monday. What's that British accent where it's super high and sounds like a mouse? I'm not sure what you mean. What word? I mean, I guess it just depends on the person's, like the highest, like the, whatever, their vocal cords. Do you treat a line art like lines, as in, as is, or line as line shapes? I kind of get what you mean, maybe. I'm thinking about the shape and then drawing a line around the shape, if that makes sense. So yeah, a bit of both. Krishan, artist, Happy New Year. Thanks for popping in. Like when you get a big, oh, sorry, this heart is annoying because it blocks the, like when you get a bigger line. I'm still thinking of them more like lines, if that makes sense. But I guess, I'm not sure how true that is though, because I do think about this as like a little triangle, I guess. That's a good question, good observation. I'm not entirely sure. What other skills that are seemingly random or unrelated to art do you have that you find you regularly lean on in your crafting process? Oh. I need more coffee. Very good question. Skills that are seemingly random. Discipline, like with the gym. That's big. Even like, actually the gym has a lot of similar things to everything in my life, really. You have good days, you have bad days. Sometimes you don't feel like going. You can, if you go, you have progress. If you do the thing, you get progress. If you don't do the thing, you don't progress. You feel better for doing it. I've started to realize that just going, and even if it isn't like the most productive gym session, or I didn't hit the numbers that I wanted to, the fact of just going is the win. The fact that I went and I did the thing, that's the biggest positive out of the whole thing. And that's the same with anything, any skill that I'm trying to learn. That's like huge. So that takes a lot of the pressure off as well, to always like, oh, better than last time, blah, blah, blah. Let's figure out this arm, eh? This is looking so messy in here, actually. I want to clean this up. Ryan, don't know why, but you remind me of that Guy Ritchie movie, Two Smoking Guns. I'm not sure, I've not seen that. Alright, so I'm just cleaning up a bit of those lines. Now let's figure out this freaking arm, shall we? So the socket might be around there. It might be right, it might be a little bit off. I don't really care that much. Let's see if we can get I think it came to about here, if I'm not misremembering. Okay, now I could think about this as like a just like a cube sort of thing, or even like a cylinder at the end here. The elbow. No, actually no. Yeah, no, it would be this. The elbow is attached to this part. So it really would be more like this, maybe. Yeah. Realm of solo, so putting pen to paper or stylus to pad is everything. Yeah. But I mean, yes, with a caveat of it's good to have a plan and consistency. But like draw every day is like, I could take or leave that. I'd rather you draw like 3 times a week with a clear plan than drawing every day and just being like, Dazzling, you think of line weight as just shapes. That's cool. Pop mango bread batter in the oven. I'll pray I don't explode. Mango bread? Never had mango bread. Scruffsy, what music am I into? I'm into all sorts of stuff. I'm very eclectic with my musical tastes. Anything from hip hop to country to classical to indie, like yeah, all sorts. Scruffsy, do you ever recognize usernames? Well, do you ever recognize usernames, or is it hard keeping track of so many? I do. The ones that keep coming back and back, like you, Scruffsy, and Thun Guns and Dazzling, that I can see just now. Yeah, I recognize them, but it's hard because I don't have a face to put to the name. Astro Panda, what's happening? Welcome back. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Depends what you fling it at. Natty, what is the best way to practice drawing? Oh, I don't have the best way. I only know the way that I enjoy. And it depends on what your goals are. Sorry for that shitty answer, but the broad questions are the trickiest to answer, particularly just on the fly, you know. So here we've got whatever this bone is. Wrapping around there somehow. It's not perfect, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, there's that arm. We're probably not going to see. Much of the other arm. Maybe this clavicle comes to about here. All right, let's flick back to our main guy. How's it feeling? Yeah, it's sitting in there pretty all right. I think maybe this could probably kick out just a tad bit more. That feels a bit better. Yep. Lisa GS saying my music taste is really wide. Yeah, it's the fun. It's the funnest. It's not a word, but you know what I mean. Scrussy, you should give Jeff Buckley a listen. His Grace album is good. Yep, I listened to Jeff Buckley. Realm of Solo. Yep, Discord is in the description. Currently in the progress of making a gift animation. I'm not sure what that could be, but that sounds cool. Nixon, Happy New Year, my friend. Jeff Buckley, enjoy it. That's it. So we'd have, let's look at these knees. These are one of my favorites to draw. I don't know why. I think because they can just be so structural. You can make them like feel really as structural as you'd like. So if we imagine this part of the knee sort of coming out like that. I think that works-ish. Maybe. Yeah, knees can be tricky. Can be pretty tricky. So then we've got the tibia. No. What's your shin bone? Tibia? I think? Maybe? I'm gonna just approximate shit as well. Then you've got this little thing off here from memory. And then we can erase through here. Then we can slap the kneecap right on there. Fibula oblongata. The medulla oblongata. If I was doing this properly, I'd probably do another pass and really clean everything up. And I'm not going to do all the little bones of the feet. I'm just going to simplify it down so much. That'll do. Done. Alright, so then we've got this here around thereabouts. That works. Cool. AMR Hassan. Hey Ben, Happy New Year. Could you tell me the best way to dive into children book illustrations? I've not done that, so I couldn't tell you, sorry. Realm of Solo, did you build a study sheet or path for yourself, or did you go to art school? Pretty sure I remember you saying you were self-taught. Self-taught-ish, like, I mean, I didn't go to art school. I went to uni for industrial design for like a year, and then I dropped out. And then, yeah, then I just like took courses, online courses, in-person ones, and just like personal, like study. How do I do these little weird phalanges? This is a phalange. It kind of looks cool. Kind of looks weird. That's fine for now. And I didn't really build like a study sheet per se. I kind of just like pointed myself in the direction that I wanted to go and then kind of stumbled around trying to figure shit out, which isn't the best, most efficient way to go about it, that's for sure. Fun guns coming in with the puns, pun guns. that'll do for the complexity of those hands. Then we just go feet, toes, little toe down at the back there, fist bump, and then that'll do. Okay. Pun Guns Pro, that's it. Burke YT, how do you get ideas for your drawings? I don't know, from other artists, things that I see around the place, maybe shows, maybe Instagram stuff, maybe Pinterest stuff. I've been trying to think more about story recently, like what's worth drawing. Like this is just a little study thing. This isn't, it's got no real meaning behind it or whatever, but it's, yeah, I've been thinking more and more about that actually. The story, like why, in what scenario would the characters that I draw be in when I'm drawing the scene or like the pose that they're in or whatever. And that's more fun to me, I reckon. Matrice Pinard, discovered your channel this week. I came out of 5 years in art school where I didn't focus on drawing, which was my first love. Gotta say, you're a very good teacher. I can feel my progress by the day. Matrice, thank you so much. That's awesome to hear. I really appreciate the kind words. And welcome. Are there any shows you've been into recently? They're making a lot of remakes lately. Any shows I've been into recently? No, like I haven't really been watching much. One thing I have been watching is rewatching Mythbusters episodes. That's kind of the extent of what I've been watching. And just like general YouTube. Oh, do I bother with the chicken skeleton? Maybe not today. I don't even know what a chicken skeleton looks like. That would be kind of cool though. Yeah, I do want to include that for sure. Just gotta guess what a chicken skeleton looks like. No, I'll wait until I've got better reference. But the idea is there. All right, that was a fun little anatomy study session. Now, what I did want to do, let's get this drawing for the reel going. We can do it here, it doesn't really matter. So I want to, like, how do I, no, photo booth. Oh, sick, he's picked up the camera, nice. Okay, so that's what I want to, maybe that, I don't know. Whoop, Instagram's gone haywire. Hold on. Maybe just do that. 3, 2, 1, bam. Uh-oh. My camera's gone. That fucked with it. My apologies. Mind you, I don't think anyone really cares if you can see me or not. It'll just do my head in. There you go. So then let's close that and see if that, no. Oh yeah. Oh, we back. And we're back. All right, cool. So what I will do, oh no, if I open it again, fuck. We're glitching out. New setup struggles. I don't know why that does that. How odd. Well, you can still hear me, I think. I'm still here. Just trying to figure it out. Instagram on there, but FaceTime, no. I think I've just got to do the old delete it and then come back. Stream's going to still be live. I'm just going to delete the, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing so you know what's actually happening. So this one, delete. This is behind the scenes. Yes, remove DJI Osmo, you scumbag. Add existing, DJI Osmo. Okay. Where are you, you bastard? And my music stopped. This is ridiculous. This makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, I'm back here. And now, okay. I love OBS, but sometimes it just absolutely shits me. Oh well, at least we're back. Oh, now Instagram's fucking all over the place. Okay, let's just work. Just work technology, you fuck. Okay. We're here. Round about there. Okay. My apologies. Everyone. That's there. Now I'm here on Instagram. Alright, fuck it. That'll have to do. Okay. Oh, what a runaround just to get a fucking photo of my hand. Okay, and we're back. Changing your source in OBS. Yeah, I thought that would have worked, but it didn't. Oh, look at this. What a lovely site. Okay, so the idea of the reel is to show color variation. So I'm just going to do a quick little stylized arm, color him in, and then throw it into the editing software. Software. No, it's way too small. way too small. Let's us just remove what we were working on before. I'll just scooch it over a little bit. That works. That works fine. Okay, we're back, baby. Lisa GS, solo, describing a story from your head in writing is nowhere easy. I'm a writer and writer's block is killing me. Yeah, I've been getting not writing per se, but I guess like writing scripts and stuff. I've never done it before, like really written stuff. It is fucking tricky. Like very bloody tricky. This is where I reckon there's like a time for like going off on your own, but there's also a time of like absorbing other people's content, like whether it be movies or whatever, you know. Because I think we need to have some sort of input to keep us going in a way. How does that feel? Well, no. Put the nail. Q. A nice little. So there's going to be two versions of it. There's going to be a version with and without color variation. I might even flick the pinky out, like my English heritage does. I think we can also warp. And the finger's a little bit longer. Does that make it look weird? Yes, it does. Do the old flip, how does that look? I'm just going to do a very simple lighting setup on this one. Knuckles here, so imagine knuckles here, 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 and there. Knuckles here, 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 and here. Now we knock it back. And then we do the cleaner lines. Don Jet, Happy New Year. Dylan, Happy New Year, my friend. Or Happy New Year's Eve to you. Lisa GS, yeah. Making a comic is though, but it's so rewarding. Yeah, I was thinking about making a comic of sorts, but starting small. Artistic, I'm watching, someone else is having troubles with OBS, fuck. True, Happy New Year. Lisa GS, that'll be cool to get your webcomic going again. Maddie Sunny, welcome. Great to have you. See, even with these stylized sort of fingers, I always want to still think about the 3D forms. That looks a little wonky, not in a good way. So I'm also thinking about the bony landmarks, right? This thumb. It's really just like one stroke out and it just looks completely wrong. Like that. You notice as well, I'm not putting the fingernails in the center of the finger because the hand's tilted a little bit, right? So this, again, thinking in 3D is the fucking bomb because this gives another indication that these have volume. Right, if we imagine the center line on the finger, sort of aligning that nail on that center line, or that imaginary center line. Look, that'll do. I guess no, it won't. I really don't like the thumb. No, wrong. Looks more like a toe than a bloody thumb. What we had before was, yeah, it's fine. No, it's not. I feel like, yeah, it's gonna be so fucking tricky. getting there-ish. See, I'll get like bogged down on this shit and just keep going for fucking ever. Think simple, think simple, you fool. Better. That's probably the closest I've gotten to something I'm happy with. That'll do. Okay. Akun Key 99, welcome. Happy New Year, Matrice. You started it in your sketchbook, fantastic. Rodrigo, happy almost New Year to you. Astro Panda, do you ever want to try a 2D look in your art? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, let's start adding some clear, because this doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be super duper refined, just has to get an idea across. So let's start adding in the base shape. Clean it up ever so slightly. Okay, that'll do. No, it won't do. Now that'll do. All right, so I'm just going to do black and white to color. It's like the fastest way that I've kind of found to sort of get something feeling real-esque, or just like get some volume on it pretty fast. So let's block it out. Where light source coming down, maybe we do like a gradient. It's kind of like darker coming up to brighter. Then we can imagine maybe this. It's all in light. So there's going to be maybe more subtle value changes. zoom it right out. How's that feeling? Okay, so just slowly but surely, just adding a bit of that value in there, right? Now it looks a little bit more on the 3D side. Lisa GS, I like the way you stylize your art. Thank you. Mr. Sir. Hello, hello. Just add a little bit of a lighter value. Value and grayscale first. Oh, I can't fucking see that last word. First with layers. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the values on one layer. So if you imagine the light source maybe down, they might catch just a little bit of the tops of the fingers there, maybe in here, so not too much. And then here. Okay, so I've got a base. Now, I'm just using the color layer mode to go, okay, now we've got a skin color. All right, and that's the issue. That's the big hook that I'm working with. Why does this look technically correct, but not like it's okay? Let's maybe even add Mate, this looks so easy. How do you associate a value with specific light? Or I guess, how do you know how light or dark to go on the grayscale values? A lot of it is guesswork. How light or dark the local object, like the local value of the object is. For example, if this was a darker skinned person, maybe all of this would be like brought down a lot. If it was in even lighter skin, maybe it was, all the values would sort of be brought up. So this is just like a guesstimate, and I sort of adjust as I go. So this might be the first version. Then I might. What should I do? That there. Okay. Now version 2 with color variation. Now we can start playing. We can start adding. Reds to the fingers, the knuckles. Doesn't have to be that intense. Even adding some like a bit of blues there. As it comes down to my elbow, because I've been like sort of kneeling or like resting my elbow on the table. I could even come through here and brighten a lot of this up as well. So it really shows how the whiteness of me. Even just adding a little bit of like that green in there, you know. We can even come in here. Sort of look in the nails. This doesn't have to be that intense either. You can do whatever you want with it. Right, we can knock it right back. And then we can add another layer on top. Matrice, my God, something clicked tonight. I've studied in Flash the Loomis, Riley and Whistle method. You're very right. Picking and choosing from those plus reference plus center lines is dope. I feel like I cheated. That's the best feeling in the world where you're like, oh shit, do other people know about this? That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it, Matrice. That's what I live for, those little aha moments. Lewis Kirk, welcome. It's going well. Yeah, I'm using a clipping mask on the, above the, how you'd say, above that main shape. And then I'm using the color layer mode, multiply. Like for example here, I'll use multiply and just knock in some more of that redness, those pinky sort of colors in the fingers. Just sort of push them a little bit more. And even in the arm, and then I'll come over the top again maybe, and I'll do like a color layer mode to even push them further. And then what I could do, so you're just seeing it by itself still holds up without the lines. It adds a lot more interest. And then with the lines, I could even come through here, darken this up just a tad. But even just like colour the lines in. Just tint them just ever so slightly. Just add a bit more interest. So it's like that hybrid between the 2D and 3D sort of feeling, you know? So we've got the before, right? Technically correct, then after. And then I can come in and really like refine some of the shapes just with a normal layer. Even just throwing that little ledge on the knuckles there. It's kind of fun to do. But yeah, so I might afterwards go back and refine this a little bit more before I post it. But to give you just a little idea, now I'd like to actually show a little bit here of that plane of the hand. Yeah, there we go. Just that little hint. And then what I might do as a final little thing is add in selective color. Where is my, here it is. So maybe I want to like pump the magentas up just a little bit, make everything a little bit more pink. You know what I mean? Maybe not so much though. Maybe we take, instead of pumping the magentas up, maybe we just remove some of the cyans and the neutrals. Yeah, pump. Yeah, like just lighten it ever so slightly. I mean, in reality, I've finessed the living shit out of this. So that was before, after, and then maybe we do a little blend if. No, that won't work. Let's just knock it back a bit. That works for me, right? Now, let's open, not DAVC in Google, thank you. DaVinci Resolve. Ellie, good evening. It is 1:17 p.m. on the 1st of January. Akunki99. Your art style is very interesting. Now I'm trying to draw it in a book. Very cool. Val Gomi, wow, I'm just in awe right now of how much that made the hand look more handy. I know, right? And the cool thing is, this isn't just for like digital art. This is for traditional. Ray, what's happening? Happy New Year. All right, so I'm going to, what is it here? Let me just, where is the studio display on Instagram? No, you stay there, you bastard. All right, now I'm gonna do some editing. So, can you guys hear that if I play it?
While the other looks a little bit more realistic, it's got a little bit more life to it. I'll often use layer modes to achieve this, like color, multiply, or overlay, but...
Or not, I don't know.
Have you ever been coloring your digital paintings and feel like...
You can? Okay, cool.
Right? You could see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get my arm, right? You could see this.
So what I want to do, up the top, at the beginning of a reel, I want to get interest, right? Someone new looking at me, who's this Nuff Nuff? Why do I care, right? So I want to show the drawing as soon as I can while giving context. So what I'll do is, let's say, I might just have it on its own layer. Let's export this to color variation reel, V1. So now, theoretically, I should be able to come here, V1, slap it in here. Whoop. Now this is the weird thing. Like, I just want to have it on a separate video layer. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve can kind of be a little bit shit at times. So we can just do a quick little whip
in. Have you ever been coloring a digital painting?
Or I could
coloring a digital painting?
Do like a little screen recording of me coloring it as well.
Coloring a digital paintings and feel like things. I've been coloring a digital paintings and feel like things are.
So this is just, I don't know if I'm going to stream the whole thing because it could be pretty boring, but it's just going back and forth and back and forth.
Technically correct. There's something missing.
And maybe I will tease the, I mean, this might do well, it might not, I don't really care, because this is one of those posts just to get the momentum going for the new year. So let's do V2, and we can whip that in here. What I can do now is I can almost so that seems like a lot of work for a 60-second video. You're right, it is. But this is my job, so I need to stand out
I've been coloring the digital paintings and feel like things are technically correct, but there's something missing.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I don't like it how it's just a hand there. So I might just even come here and just take a screen recording. Let's go 9:16. Here of me, record video. Just painting. It also helps to actually show the color to give context as well. I'm always trying to give context on what I'm doing. Why aren't I coloring? Hello? Oh, okay. Oh, why have I got that fucking thing on there? Hold on. Delete this one. Start new. And recording. Let's not do the clicks, and let's not record audio, record video. And then we're just gonna sort of do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. Nothing really different from what we were actually doing, but it just shows me, or it just shows the audience, okay, he's actually coloring it in. Let's see how that looks. So then we can even just throw that on top of everything.
Have you ever
And then just slide it in.
been colouring your digital paintings and feel like things are technically correct?
Yep.
There's something missing.
I like. So then I'll cut here. Delete that.
Correct. There's something missing. Something missing. I've been there many times, and this seems to help. Check out my arm, right? Help.
So then we're going to check out my arm.
You can see.
Boom. Then I might do some little overlays of like.
This and be like, all right, this is a whiteboard.
Do I want to do that like next to it maybe and flip it?
Right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is a whiteboard. Boy arm, let's get a light peach color. Wrong. Incorrect. Kind.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I want to do this like for the whole thing, because I feel like it was it feels like it's very boring. And this isn't usually what I stream. J-Ron, how would you indicate the change of tone from the forearm to the bicep that separates the two forms? Just like you'd indicate any change in plane. It's the same. It's either lighter or darker. Sloth Guy, Eblin is such an inappropriate name. Why is it inappropriate? I'd love to know. You're enjoying it? Okay. All right, with that said, all right, if we're gonna go into editing, I need to take a quick break. I need to get another coffee, and I will meet you back here. Let's get an interesting still, and then add. What am I trying to add? Text. Text plus. Back in 5. All right, all that just to say back in 5. Nice, scooching down. Okay, I'll be back in 5. Oh. Yo, yo. Let's add you back here. Mixstar. Happy New Year, my friend. We're doing something a bit different at the end of the stream. We're doing some video editing based on a drawing that we did just before. And the cool thing is, if I keep all the proportions the same here with the drawing itself, I can just update the drawing and it will sort of update here as well, which is sick. Or maybe not here because that was a screen recording. Okay.
And this seems to help. Check out my arm, right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach.
All right, so I'm like, it's a white boy arm.
Let's get
a light peach. Okay, so we want to show, not tell. I don't want to just say like what I'm doing. I want to do my best to show people. So maybe I will get a screen recording of this and like finding a light peach color. Right? That'll be probably around about there. Record video. All right, so let's find like a light peach color. Bam, that'll do. All right, now we only want that. We only want to see that color picker. So I'll crop it. Crop the top. Crop the bottom.
I've been there many times, and this seems to help. Check out my arm, right?
So you can see there's a little bit where it doesn't show that. So maybe we just get that last little bit where we're trying to find that peach color.
Check out my arm, right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach color.
And maybe scale this down. Throw this up the top left corner and actually have this. Let's get a black and white version of this without any color. And I did see before in chat that you're saying it looks better with the grey in the background. I agree, but I might add the grey in the background in DaVinci. Grey. So what I might do is add this here on top of this. There's different ways to do this. There's better, not better, more technical ways to do all this. Let's copy the position and the zoom and let's flip it. All right, so now we've got this here. Let's scooch this down here. And instead of like a
you can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm.
Oh, I don't hate that.
See this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach.
We just need to make that more. Something like there.
Peach color. Wrong. Incorrect.
So this is really just the rough. Like the roughing in and just throw it. It's like the sketch essentially.
Let's get a light peach. You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach color. Wrong. Incorrect.
Now we've got the colored version, or the more color variation version.
Kind of. When I look at this arm, I see subtle hues of reds and
Matrice. We're going to go to sleep sometime. Thanks again for the very precious knowledge. Take care of the work. Take care. The work is always going to be worth it. Bump the like. Catch you later, Matrice. Fabian, what's happening, my friend? Welcome. Fabian is a long-time friend of mine from way back in the day in high school. I am Fabian Daniel. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's got some gaming stuff going on, which he'll be posting more in the new year. Won't he, Fabian? Realm of Solo, you can call me Ed. That's fine. Artistic Spartan, Happy New Year, my friend, from New York. Still got 2 hours of 2023 left. That's it, Artistic. Yeah, I'm living in the future. Realm of Solo, you seem super comfortable and confident on camera, Ben. Did you have to work up to it? 1000%. Yeah.
be like, all right,
First time I was on camera, well, the first few times I was on camera, yeah, I was very nervous. And this is why I wanted to do the stream so often, was to get more confident on camera and talk to people and not feel like it has to be so like manufactured and like, oh, I've got to be like quote unquote professional. I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna like talk how I normally talk. And that took a lot of the pressure off. DaVinci can resolve all of your problems, Ben. Fun guns, I'll tell you what.
Wrong. Let's get a light.
Oh, Realm, I see you working.
Peach color.
Mixter legend, my friend.
Light
Thank you
peach
so
colour.
much. It honestly means a lot. Thanks for popping in.
Incorrect. Look at my arm, right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach color. Wrong. Incorrect. Kind of. When I look at this arm, I see subtle
So now I've got
hues
some
of
B-roll.
reds and even greens and a little bit of yellows here and there.
All right,
as
so
well.
it's me
And that's
actually
colour
showing
variation.
what I see on my arm. So I actually might
And
want
that's colour
to
variation.
match
And pretty much
these colors more to these colors.
and that's
even.
color variation.
Right? Cheesy, I know, right? DaVinci Resolve gives me more problems. No, I shouldn't say, no, it's a fantastic piece of software, but sometimes it gives me more problems than it resolves, but
Reds
it's
and
great.
even
I
greens and a
really
little bit
enjoy
of
it.
yellows here and there. When I look at this arm, I see subtle hues of reds and even
All right, so what I might do here's an opportunity where I say like subtle hues of reds and whatever. There's this thing called a fusion composition.
When I look at this
So
arm,
here-
I see subtle.
There's this thing called fusion mode, I guess you could say it. And I'm not entirely sure why I see nothing, because I haven't done this in a little while. Okay, here we go. So these are nodes, right? This is like, it took me a while to wrap my head around it, and you guys in fucking Instagram probably can't see it, but here. So now we've got to put a background node in to then see through, but then I want to add in a rectangle, and to do that you've got to add a bunch of nodes. Nodes. Now, what might be, would an adjustment layer be better? No, this will be fine. This will be fine. So what do we want? We want to maybe do like a square like this. And then once we've got that dialed in, then we can put like a transform node here. and then we can sort of scale it down, right? So now we've got this thing. We want to kind of match the color, at least to some degree. Oh, I don't really need to, I can kind of guesstimate it, to be honest. Let's go like maybe like the reds. And let's do like a multi-merge. Now, I'm not going to explain much of this stuff because I don't really know how to explain it well yet. This might be other streams where I do like content. Actually, I might do it on the Make Now Think Later YouTube channel, like when it comes to content creation and all that fun stuff. So what do I say? Reds, yellows, and what else is it? And even greens, I think I say something like that. We can tweak it later. So it's not going to be like greens, right? It's going to be like skewing towards the greens a little bit, you know. Kind of. Yeah, whatever. Just do that color for now. That's a blue, I know, but I can't remember if I say green or blue. So then we scooch this down. And let's see where we're at.
I see subtle hues of red.
So I might want to throw that in so
I
it
see
slides
subtle
in.
hues of reds and even greens and a little bit of yellows here and there as well.
Reds, greens, and a little bit of yellows, okay. So we come into the fusion, so this is reds, greens. So then let's like add a little bit of greens in there, a little bit of yellow. It would be nice if I could. Yeah, let's just do this because we've got, oh no, actually, if I wanted to be super particular with it, what I would do is I would come here, screenshot that, bring it into Photoshop, see, I don't know how like useful this is, like who even gives a shit, but. So what is that? Let's see if we can get the hex, Q cube, HSB. Where the fuck do I get the hex colors? Web color sliders, no. I mean, technically they're there, I just want to copy them. There we go. All right, so copy this, come back here, come here, can I paste that? Where can I paste the hex value? I have to be able to paste the hex value. Oh, you scumbag. Could I? Ugh. There's a lot of that going on when I do this. You scumbag is a often said phrase. Paulo, Feliz Anno Novo Gente. That's how Australians say other languages. Well, this Australian talks in other languages. Feliz Anno Novo Gente. I don't know what language that is, but Paulo, welcome, and I hope I didn't say anything naughty. So what am I trying to do here? I just want to get these colors, right? Oh, what's the best way? What's the best way?
Green,
Can I? Yeah, maybe I can do this. Go to media pool. I've got this. Add that here. Merge that in. But now it doesn't have the color correction on it. What I'll do is I'll just do something quick and dirty. Clean shots. Throw that in here. See, it's not as interesting as drawing, guys. I don't know. It's a lot of this troubleshooting, trying to figure stuff out. What did I say? Like greens. It's all in context though. It looks like a green because it's next to stuff. That's more yellowy. This is more red. Cool. Now you can get out of here.
Look at this I see subtle hues of reds and even greens and a little bit of yellows here and there as well. And that's color
make that
variation.
fancy later.
And pretty much everything has it, especially like biological stuff like skin. So check this drawing out before.
Check this drawing out before. Okay, so
So check this drawing out before.
let's just do. Okay, so I agree with you guys with the background, so I might do this here. I'll just get rid of all this for now. And I might center them here and then export the whole thing. So then they'll be aligned quite nicely. I'll put a little bit of a gradient on here as well. Why? I'm not a fan of the weird shit that 2024 does. Why can't I just, where's my gradient? Ugh. Okay, there it is. Okay. That's fine. Now let's just do I just quick export everything? Come in here, export, quick export as PNG. Full screen 1. And then we've got full screen 2. And then we just whip them in to DaVinci Resolve and we should be good to go for that last little bit.
So pretty much everything has it, especially like biological stuff like skin.
You see that gimbal action? Look at that.
Pretty much everything has it.
I was testing out the camera yesterday.
Especially like biological stuff like skin. So check this drawing. Especially like biological stuff like skin. So check this drawing out. So this one scooches in. Let's add a little bit of that camera shake, shall we? To keep it interesting. Slow camera shake. Check this drawing out before and after. See the difference? Especially like biological stuff like skin. So check this drawing out before and after.
And after. So then we want to scooch in the new one. Now I've got to actually update the drawing a lot to make it a little bit more. So check this drawing out before
and after. And after. See the difference? One looks absolutely lifeless. And after. See the difference? One looks absolutely lifeless.
And then what we might be able to do is stack them on top of each other.
While the other looks a little bit more realistic.
But then show the side by side. Because you always, and this is like part storytelling as well. I've got to figure out how to make it interesting. Oh, that was a happy accident. So we can do that kind of effect here just by cropping the bottom of it. Okay, so what I can do.
The other looks a little bit more realistic. One looks absolutely lifeless, while the other looks a little bit more.
That's cool, that's cool. All right. Let's go here.
See the difference?
Go here.
One looks absolutely different. One looks absolutely.
So we'll keep the crop bottom. Well, incorrect. Here. Crop bottom is going to be there. Then we're going to crop it back up.
One looks absolutely lifeless.
Lifeless, cool.
Lifeless, while the other looks a little bit.
And then we, scumbag. And then we do it here. And then we bring it back.
Absolutely lifeless. While the other looks a little bit more realistic. It's got a little bit more life to it.
Cool. So that's a nice little transition.
While the other looks a little bit more realistic. It's got a little bit more.
And then what I can do is I can do a little zoom effect. Let's have a look, open effects. Where is all my effects gone? Here, magic zoom. So we
More life to it. I'll often use layer modes to achieve this.
Zoom out.
More life to it. I'll often use layer realistic. It's got a little bit more life to it. I'll often use
Now I can keep it here because then I talk about the layer modes. So then I go here and then we can just sort of cycle through the different layer modes. So if I have, what do I say and in what order?
layer modes to achieve this, like color, multiply, or overlay.
Color, multiply, or overlay. So let's screen record this section here. Recording, record video. Color. Oh, what did I say? I can't remember what I said. Color what and what?
Like color, multiply, or overlay.
Color, multiply, overlay, okay. Let's try that again. Color, multiply, overlay. Color, so color, multiply, overlay. Bam, cool. Got it. So you're getting to see how the sausage is made, which is not very interesting. I don't know. I'm concerned that it's not interesting, but I enjoy it. But yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a usual thing that I will do here. I'll probably do it on a different channel where it's all around like content and that kind of stuff. So let's throw this in.
To achieve this, like color, multiply, or overlay, but color variation is universal regardless of if you're painting.
We can like speed it up.
Life to it. I'll often use layer modes to achieve this, like color, multiply.
We can lengthen that.
Layer modes to achieve this, like color, multiply, or overlay, but color variation is universal regardless.
Then we push it away, cut this away.
Regardless of if you're painting digitally or traditionally.
Regardless of if you're painting digitally or traditionally. Okay, so I want to show something there. So can we get, what's an indication of, maybe it's just like the Photoshop logo versus a Winsor & Newton oil painting or oil paint thing. So let's just go Photoshop logo. I actually want to do some oil painting this year. That'll be good fun, I reckon. Hello. Okay, cool. Oil paint tube. I need a PNG. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Am I gonna have to do my own? No, I don't want to buy it. I just want the image. Thank you very much. Oil paint tube PNG. Nah, these are all liars. Yeah, that was Ashlyn. That was a very good accident as well. That stuff sometimes just happens. Feliz Ano Novo. What does that mean? Daniel, great to have you. Feliz Ano Novo. Feliz Ano Novo. Fuck it. Oil painting tube will make it out, will PNG it anyway. Let's just throw it in Photoshop. All right, then you can come here. Background, thank you. Then we will flip this. Then we will go here, oil paint. And we're good to go. Now,
Universal, regardless of if you're painting.
yeah, I do kind of look like I'd throw that away, don't I?
Is universal, regardless of if variation is universal, regardless of if you're painting digitally or traditionally.
So digitally is on this side. Now I've got to make this a lot snappier. This is dragging a lot. Let's digitally comes first. And this should come in from the other side, push left.
Digitally or traditionally. Now, if you're not already.
All right, now the timing's off.
Universal, regardless of if you're painting digitally or traditionally. Now, if you're not already, go with or traditionally.
Do the same transition out.
Now, if you're not already, go whip some color variation into your painting. I wish I would have learned this way sooner.
And then I come here to the Gumroad sting at the end of most all of my videos.
Into your painting. I wish I would have learned this way sooner. If you do like this stylized stuff, I have an 8-hour, 10-chapter walkthrough tutorial available right now. But if not, no stress, I'll always be putting out this free content, and I hope you got a little bit out of this one.
I have said that so many fucking times.
A little bit out of this one.
All right.
I would have learned this way sooner. If you do like this stylized stuff, I have an 8-hour.
Oh, cool. Yep, should have guessed. It means Happy New Year. Makes sense. Happy New Year, Daniel. Appreciate ya. Ah, cool, Lisa. DP, LJ, still live. That's it. Doing something a little bit different. Appreciate it, Mixter. Fun Guns. Great to know that the mango bread tastes good. I actually might give that a shot. DigiMist, I actually really enjoy your compositing vids. Would love to see more sometime. Fantastic. Lisa GS, yes, Italian, very close to Romanian since they're both Latin languages. It has a lot of words that are literally really close to Romanian. Huh. Ben is an artist with broken good art skills and also is a broken record. Yes, sir, certainly am. Ben, any chance of a Frank cameo in this stream? Possibly. Oh, do I try that? There is a way that I've found to. Oh, I can do a voice. Oh no, you're not meant to know that it's me. It's not me. I mean, fuck. You broke the fourth wall, Fabian. When are you getting those videos out? Was it this weekend coming? That would be cool. Like at the end, at the very end, Frank is still complaining about not having any facial expressions. Yeah. I've got to figure out that whole story arc with it.
Now, if you're not
I've got to make him fucking facial expressions.
Already, go whip some colour into your paint.
Which I don't.
I wish I would have learned this way sooner.
Entirely know how I'm going to do. But it's going to be fun. Joe Gonzalez, Happy New Year from Argentina. Thank you for sharing your gift with everyone. You're much more than an inspiration. Oh, I appreciate you. Appreciate you popping in and for the kind words. Happy New Year.
Digitally or traditionally. Now, if you're not already, go with some color variation into your painting. I wish I would have learned this way sooner. If you do like this style,
So here I need something because it's a little bit just on
I
me.
wish I would have learned this way.
Like people are gonna skip out of it real quick.
Color variation is universal.
And here what I would actually do
Incorrect.
is probably zoom in. So I would
to
like
achieve this, like color multiply or overlay.
zoom,
Color variation
zoom,
is universal.
zoom. So what I can do there is go to the adjustment layer. Adjustment clips are great because it basically affects everything below.
Just to achieve this, like.
So if I wanted
Just to
to
achieve it.
start here,
Just to achieve.
what I can also do, which is great, is do this as a fusion composition. And I throw in, this is probably making no sense to 99% of everyone out there that's watching this, but if it is, you know what I'm doing. That means you're gonna have to do some animation with Frank. It does. Imagine as the years go on, he turns into a full Pixar level, just as I learn shit. Or like a full 2D animated character, that'd be awesome. And then I only
color.
do one video a year. That would not be awesome. All right, so now we're gonna do a bit of animation here. This is where I learned a little bit of my understanding about animation is just this more like video editing animation. So we can come here with the keyframes. Catch you later, Lisa. Thanks for popping in. So at this point,
Just to achieve this, like color multiply.
I want to start zoom and position center here. Hope everything goes well this year for everyone. Catch you, Lisa. Appreciate you popping in. So size, okay, so this is what I want to do. As I land on color, I want to scale it down but zoom in. All right, but then I want to hold that. So I want to kind of hold, keep the same for a certain amount of time. So maybe like here. And then as I start to move, then we scale this down as we get to multiply. And then same deal here, and then hold it. Thanks for the tip, mate. I appreciate you taking it. Oh, Thumb Guns, legend. And then you can sort of scooch it down a smidge just to center. And maybe even zoom in a little bit. So now it's like this. Just with those keyframes, it's
to
just
achieve this, like color multiply
color,
or overlay, but color
multiply,
variation is universal.
overlay, but it's like janky as fuck, right? So what we want to do, whoa, not that. We want to, I think it's F, smooths it out.
This like color multiply or overlay, but color variation is universal. To achieve this, like color multiply or overlay, but
Oh no! Oh, this is fucking annoying. Because it's an adjustment layer, it's going to affect. What can I do here to solve that? Problem solving, that's what it's all about. As it zooms out, I've got to get this back to 0.5, I guess. 0.5 here, and then the scale is 1. So that when it...
that's all it is to achieve this. Like,
Okay, that saves it. That's like a bad thing about doing the adjustment layer, particularly if you've got transitions, is that it's going to affect the thing behind it, like every clip, like even me behind here, so it would be all zoomed in and then it's just going to cut to like weirdness. So I'm going to go in and finesse this later on and make it all
color variation is universal to achieve this like color. Color multiply or overlay, but color variation is universal.
Animation is hard crunching labor. I think that's what you said, labor? Oh, I can't. This heart, it's all lovely and everything, but it blocks the last fucking letter of the thing. But if you're saying, yeah, hard crunching labor, DPLJ,
it's like color multiply or overlay, but color variation is universal to achieve this, like color multiply. Is universal to achieve.
Nah. And then we can speed up this whole clip, mate.
Achieve this like color multiply or overlay, but color variation is universal regardless of if you're painting digitally or traditionally. Now, if you're not already, go whip some color variation into your painting. I wish I would have learned this.
It needs
way
something
sooner.
here.
If you do like
maybe like just a little time lapse of me actually painting the hand.
Have you ever been colouring your digital paintings and feel like things are technically correct, but there's something missing? I've been there many times, and this seems to help. Check out my arm, right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach colour. Wrong.
And let's throw that light peach colour. So we've got this fusion composition that we did before. We can just add like a single like rectangle here or something, which would work fine.
Check out my arm, right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is.
So let's go here. Let's remove all the other ones. Bada bing. Like light peach color, whatever that is. Like there you go. Light white boy peach.
Right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm.
Okay.
Right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light. Check out my arm, right? You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach color. Wrong. Incorrect. Kind of. When I look the white boy arm, let's
darken that down just a smidge.
a light peach color. Let's get a light peach.
And let's outline it so it's clearer to see. How do I outline stuff here? I think it's harder than it should be to add an outline. No, it's not. I'll border width. Maybe I've got to do. No, it's fine. It's fine as it is, I guess.
Color
for now.
Wrong.
I'll fix
Incorrect. You can see this and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach color. Wrong. Incorrect. Kind of. When I look at this arm, I see subtle hues of reds and even greens and a little bit of yellows here and there as well. And that's color variation. And pretty much, I see subtle hues.
I kind of want them to shake a little bit. So we can come down here and be all fancy with it. We go to our effects. Where's our effects? Then go shake. Look for camera shake. We can shake them separately. So that's got to come through here, and then it's got to go through there. So this is going to be like, whoa, 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 too much, way too much. So, Y deviation, overall strength. Strength is fine, I think it's the speed. That's cool. So then we copy and paste that here. No, wrong. Copy and paste this outside there. This goes here. Then this goes there. And then we've just got to make some adjustments, I think. Because now they're all going at the same time. So I think if we change the strength ever so slightly, there's still a little bit too same. Jesus, not that much.
Greens and a little bit of yellows here and there as well. And that's color variation. And pretty much everything has it, especially like biological.
Inventing on this stream, yes. Inventing on this stream, do you bend storyboard or do thumbnails? Sometimes I do.
Kind of.
For reels, sometimes I just have an idea like I did here. I said, all right, let's just go for it. I'll just write out a script. So I'll come in here, and this is the script that I just read off of. So I'll just throw in color variation on arm. This is the project that I'm working on. Have you ever been coloring your digital paintings and feeling it's technically correct, but missing a bit of life? Blah, blah, blah. So I read this out, do a few different takes, throw it into here, cut it up. And for reels, that's about
let's get a light peach color.
as bland as I get with
Incorrect.
it.
Kind of. When I look at this arm, I see subtle hues of reds and even greens and a little bit of yellows here and there as well. And
This is
color
really
variation.
like,
and pretty much everything.
I'm not
has-
optimizing the living shit out of it. I'm just getting one out for the first, for the beginning of the year to like get the cadence going and just get it feeling right.
Especially like biological stuff like skin. So check this drawing out before and after. See the difference? One looks absolutely lifeless, while the other looks a little bit more realistic. It's got a little...
Oh, there's a little bit of a weirdness there. There's like a jump.
Absolutely lifeless, while the other looks a little bit more realistic. It's got...
There's camera shake. The camera shake.
Absolutely lifeless, while the other looks a little bit more realistic. It's got a little bit more life to it. I'll often use layer modes to achieve this, like color.
Yeah, see, that's the issue.
Difference?
What I can do is I can just copy this. There's other ways to do it as well. What I can do actually is, what I want to do, new compound clip. Then it sort of nests everything into one.
One looks absolutely...
So then I can come in here and then just do this over the whole thing and it doesn't affect anything else. Does that make sense? Now I've lost my fucking timelines. Where's my timelines? Multiple timelines, you nuff. Where are you? How do I see where's my timelines go? Stacked timelines, yes. That's what I want. There we go, and we're back. So that compound clip is gonna help us out a lot.
When I look at this arm, I see subtle hues of reds and even greens and a little bit of yellows here and there as well. And that's color variation. And pretty much everything has it, especially like biological stuff like skin. So check this drawing out before.
So now we've got this compound clip.
Stuff like
Now that
skin.
needs
So check
a,
this
because it's doing some weird stuff. We need to take the transition off of that one and add it to this compound clip. That's what we need to do to make it. For some reason it doesn't want to do that. There we go.
So check this drawing out
There we
before and after. See the difference?
Then pull this all the way across. So it's just a lot of just dicking around.
So check this drawing out before and after. See the difference? One looks absolutely lifeless,
pleasure,
while the
DP.
other looks a little bit more realistic. It's got a little bit more life to it. I'll often use layer modes to achieve this, like color, multiply, or overlay, but color variation is universal regardless of if you're painting digitally or traditionally. Now, if you're not already, go whip some color variation into your painting. I wish I would have learned this way sooner. If you do like the stylized stuff, I have it.
We could whip this in as well, make it a little bit more interesting.
Way sooner. If you do like the stylized stuff, I have an 8-hour. If you do like the stylized stuff, I have an 8-hour.
All right, watch it from the beginning, how we feeling?
Have you ever been colouring your digital paintings and feel like things are technically correct, but there's something missing? I've been there many times, and this
That needs the camera shakes. What you can also do is come here, copy, and then paste, and just paste the effects. So it's just applied to that.
feel like things are
So it's just ever so slight, and we can affect it. Maybe we want the speed.
technically correct, but there's something missing. I've been there. Feel like things are technically correct, but there's something missing. I've been there many times, and this seems to help. Check out my arm, right? You can see this.
So that needs to scooch in. And what I'll do is I'll sometimes just leave it.
And be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach color. Wrong.
Maybe we actually do some of that wobbliness
And be like, all right,
of
this is
the
a white
arm
boy arm.
itself.
Let's get a light peach color. And be like, all right,
Let's have these just transition into one another. I'm very self-conscious right now because this isn't my, as I've said before, I feel like this is very boring.
and be like, all right, this is a white boy arm. Let's get a light peach color. Wrong.
This needs a transition.
Peach color. Wrong. Incorrect. Wrong.
There's a little artifact there that we need to get rid of.
Peach color. Wrong. Incorrect. Kind of. When I look at this arm, I see subtle hues of reds and even greens.
All right, I reckon I'll leave it here.
As well. And that's color variation. And pretty
I'm
much
getting bored
everything
listening
has
to
it,
me.
Especially like biological stuff like skin. So check this drawing out before and after.
Yeah, so that was cool. A little behind the scenes of how I'd structure a bit of a painting reel sort of thing. So let's go back to see what we did. With the actual art stuff. So, I decided I want to do some skeleton studies today, which is cool. I enjoyed it. Let's see how it fit over. So here was our initial painting. And our skeleton sketch over the top of it. We've got a little bit of him breaking the outside, which is fine. But this is fun. This is a good little bit of study to kick off the year. And I got a little bit of other work done because you guys were kind enough to allow me to do some of the color variation reel, which is cool. With that, before we leave, DPLJ, you absolute legend. Thank you very much for the donation. With that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test out this bad boy. Bam. And then I'm gonna change to full. All right, with that, I appreciate you. This is just cool. I appreciate you. Thank you for popping in. And before you head off, I do have a couple of links if you do want to learn a little bit more. I've got my Gumroad tutorial, links in the description. I've got If you like all the content sort of stuff that we were doing, the business side, the numbers side, we're going to be ramping that up in the new year. And I've got a podcast called Make Now, Think Later. I'll be adding the links. I should stop fucking around with the tracking, but it's so freaking cool. I love it. Let me add these links in here for you. So here is that Gumroad tutorial. You get 8 hours, 10 chapters broken up of drawing this guy. Right, drawing and painting. A lot more structured. You get a 40-page PDF field guide, and you get these 3D models as well, along with the Blender files if you do want to learn a little bit more around thinking in 3D. So there's that. Make Now, Think Later. This, oh, he's done the website. He's updated the website. So yeah, both Francis and myself, and you guys can't even see it. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, so here's our podcast episodes. You can get them wherever podcasts are. We talk about the real numbers, all that fun stuff, the struggles, the trials, the tribulations. So I'll throw that in chat for you. The Filthy plugin for Photoshop automatically fill the selections, right? Something that I wish Photoshop does, it doesn't. So we made this guy for you. And Discord. Where's the Discord? Discord link is in the description if you do want to join it. When we do challenges, let's add this in here. When we do challenges, you can add your work in progresses there, show off some of your work. We've got a nice little community going in there. I've got some plans for it this year as well, which should be cool. So if Discord wants to open for me, thank you very much. Let's invite people and copy the link. If you would like to join, there is the link for all of you. And I'm sure I'm missing something, but you know where to find me. You know where to find me. If you enjoyed this, I'm very glad. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm fading. I need something to eat. I need some more coffee and I need something to eat. And with that, I will catch you in the next one. Same time next week. And yeah, that's it. Toodaloo. Fuck, this is cool. There's gonna be some more content with this stuff as well. Just for the gimbal. All right. Catch you later. See you later, Ashlyn. See you later, Fabian. Get that content going, boy. And I'm still here closing all the tabs. All right, stop stream. Toodaloo.